Going on, everybody? It's your boy Black Hawk here, coming to you live, showing you how the Godfather some tips and tricks. Let me go ahead and turn the music off real quick. And let's shrink this down a bit. Alright, let's get started. So, I was saying, what was I saying? Just joking. I'm here to show some tips and tricks on your button men. Also, how to match your button men up with your capo so they'll be more effective. So I'm gonna go ahead and help these people out real quick. While we're waiting and I'm going through, go ahead, don't forget to subscribe, like, if you have any comments or anything. If you're in the family that I'm doing these training videos for, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section, or you can hit me up online on the app line, and I will definitely answer you guys back right away. If you're not in the family and you're just watching, feel free to like, share, and comment, and let's get going. So, a lot of people have been asking about the button men and how to match them up against the neutral gangs. Well, if you go right here to your lights out boxing and the other two, if you go right over here to info, if you go to info, it's going to give you the rundown on what type of button man it is, their power, how many you're going to be able to deploy depending on your mention level. And then when you go to actually start training some, this is Hitman. If you look, Hitman is an assassin. If you look right here below Hitman, or below info where it says Hitman, it says his name. If you look, it says when assassins go up against bombers, they can receive a damage infliction bonus of 50% and a damage reducing bonus of 25%. So, in other words, if you have a neutral gang that you're going up against, and the main button men in that gang are bombers, it would be best to use more of the hitmen than it would anybody else. And so on and so forth. If you go to the bombers, again, you look down when bomber goes up against the massacre. So, again, the bombers are going to be more effective against your massacres, your guys with the guns, if you don't know, than they are against an assassin. And then if you go over here to your massacre, you look down and it says massacre can go up against assassin. And so that's how the order goes. Your assassin is very effective against your bomber. Your bomber is very effective against your massacre, and your massacre is very effective against your assassin. Now, here's something that they haven't been telling you, because I've been seeing people talk about it the past couple of days, but here's something that they have forgotten to mention. Your transporters. Your transporters or your drive-by troops, they go up against other troops and they will receive a damage infliction bonus of 50%, but other troops will also receive a damage bonus of 50%. Your your drive-bys are actually your strongest characters. Hey, what's going on there, Don Maverick? As I was saying, your drive-bys are your strongest of your button men. It may not seem like it, but when you actually unlock them at mansion level 11, you start off automatically with a T2 drive-by buttonman, and they're actually very easy to star up. As you can see, I do it every great once in a while, and I'm already at 4 stars. I'm about to hit 5 stars. And like I was saying, it's good to keep a higher amount of drive-by troops than it is the other troops, because of the fact that they are more effective against all 3 types of buttonmen. Again, if you just joined, when it comes to the buttonmen, your assassins are good against your bombers are good against your massacres, and your massacres are good against your assassins, but the drive-bys are good against all 3. So depending on the type of buttonman you have in the neutral gang depends on what type you send. Normally, if I'm doing neutral gangs, what I do, because I'm already like on level 14 in the neutral gangs, what I normally do is I have, let's see, I think it's like 450 or something like that in the number of troops I could send in my troop number 1, 455. So what I'll normally do is if I'm going for a neutral gang, say I'm going after assassins. As you can see, this is actually what it was. I set it up like that. I have an equal amount of drive-by attack. Your drive-by attack buttonman, I have an equal amount of them with my massacre. And then I have a less amount of my assassins, and I have an even smaller amount of my bombers. And again, that's because of the effectiveness of the other 2 compared to your assassin and your bomber. So, with that said, let's go ahead and go to the casino map. And let's go do this real quick, because if not, I'll forget to do it in a minute. If you go down here to your capos, now this is where it gets tricky. This is where everybody, they think, oh, his power or his skill is this, his talent is this. We'll go with Giuseppe. Now, the 2 best capos to pair up are going to be Giuseppe and William. Giuseppe and William are like bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly, like that. They go really, really good together, and they are extremely effective together because of this, and this is what I'm going to show you now. We'll go with Giuseppe. Everybody talks about the capos and gives you advice and tells you to match them up with their talent. So we'll go over it real quick. Giuseppe is an elite assassination commander. He has the ability to deliver a powerful and impressive blow to his enemies while increasing other assassins' effectiveness. But, and there's the but, if you go down and you look at this little chart right here, this shows you everything that he does and who it amps up when you put them to him. If you look down right here, go scroll down a little bit. It said it amps up the assassins. But if you go over here and you look, your drive-by is the top. He adds 10% to your drive-bys heart points and 9% to your attacks. Your bombers, he adds 6% heart points. Bomber attack 1%. Your assassins, he adds 5% heart points, 18% assassin attack. Okay, so with that, he is good. He's actually really good, but the ones to stick with him the most are your drive-bys. And why? Like I said, if you look at this little chart, even though he goes and he ups the assassin's attack 18%, the drive-by, the health points, and the bomber health points are actually higher than them, and that in itself makes a big difference when you're attacking somebody, because if your health points, you can look at them on your stats, and you also get them from your from the store. You could either buy them in the family store for silver, or you could go to the actual store in game and purchase them. 10% is like 200 coins. 20%, depending on how many hours you get, is 400 coins to 200 coins. And your 20%, depending on, again, the hours of the buff that you get, are 400 to 800. And it adds that as well to your percentage that he already adds on himself. Now, a lot of people, they want to match up, like, say, L. L is apparently a bomber. He's holding a Molotov cocktail in his hand, and people automatically want to throw bombers at him. But if you go down, well, I don't have him high enough yet because I just got him a couple of weeks ago. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to my main account. This is going to be my main account in a different server. Let's go over here. If you have any questions or anything like that, like I said, post them in the comment section on this, and I will definitely get back and answer them as best as possible. If you're in the family, just hit me up online if you're already in the line group, and I'll run it by you again. I'm going to get this once it's posted, and I'm going to post it into the group in the notes. That way you could go back over it and check it out if you forget something. So this is my main family. Oh, I forgot to close this. So this is the main family here, and let's go ahead and check it out. So as you see, I got them on purple. L. Here's L right here. You start going over everything and you check it out. You can see, again, even though L, once you start leveling them up more and more and more, even though the bomber's health points are at 19%, his bomber attack is actually at 6%. Again, the drive-by is going to be your strongest buttonman. Drive-by attack is at 10%. But if you look down, L actually beefs up the assassin's attack a little bit more than it does a bomber attack. 7% for the assassin attack. The only reason it's not in the number 2 spot is because of the health points that are at 2%. So, with that being said, that's how you can match up your buttonman with the right capo that will give you more effectiveness and more power in your attacks. Let's go to Giuseppe over here. Talent. Alright. We already went through the details. Now is when it gets tricky. Giuseppe is an elite assassin, so he adds power to your assassins, but if you go and you actually start reading him, condition, sent into battle, the capo's first skill trait is guaranteed to be triggered in round 1. Okay. The capo's first, this is star number 2. The capo's first skill trait is guaranteed to be triggered in round 1 and 4. Blunt force and machine gun 1. Those are the skills that you can match up to him that make the trait or make the skill more effective. Star number 3, condition, sent into battle. The capo's first skill trait is guaranteed to be triggered in rounds 1, 4, and 7. Again, use a blunt force and a machine gun 1. Now, this is where people don't pay attention, and this is where a lot of them think, oh, he does this, this, and this, and this. But, star number 4, condition, sent into battle. Increase your assassin's attack by 10% during a battle. So Giuseppe doesn't even use his skill until the 4th star that you receive. That's when your assassins start getting their attack increased by 10%. It doesn't happen automatically. A lot of people, like I said, they assume because the assassin, Giuseppe's an assassin, I'm going to stick assassins with him, because no, that's not how you figure out which buttonmen are more effective with the capo that you have. It takes a lot of researching your capo. I say researching, a lot of people laugh at me. Oh, how the hell do you research a video game? Well, like I just went over with you guys, you have to look at the attributes. What does he bring to the table? You know? You have to look at, over here, the equipment attributes. What is more effective? Who has more power? What does he do? What does he give to him? You have to look at your talents. Read all of them, because most of the capos in game, their talents don't start until 3-star, 4-star. And so, to actually expect their talent to start working, it's not going to. You have to go up so many stars before it even starts becoming effective in battle. And then your skills. You go through and match up your skills like it was showing in the, not the attribute, in the talent, blunt force and machine gun 1. Those are really effective skills. The skill books that you could put on your capos, those are the really effective ones for Giuseppe. And each character, you go through them, each character is the same thing. You start reading. Go down. His condition starts at star 4. Again, this is L. Again, he doesn't enhance bomber's attack until star 4. Most of your capos are going to be like this. So if somebody is trying to tell you, oh, match him up because this one goes with this and this one does this. Well, no, it doesn't necessarily work that way until they reach a certain star level. And when that happens, that's when your capo becomes effective for the type of buttonman that you put with them. But even then, you have to look at your attributes and you'll see what the percentage of what buttonman goes with who. So, that right there is how you match up capos with effective buttonmen. And that is a rundown on how the button men are more effective against another one. Two different kinds of button men. When you're going against neutral gangs, you should use two different ones that have a significant more amount than the other two. If you're going against a gunner, use a significantly more amount of drive-by attacks, and bombers, and then use a lesser amount of the assassins and the gunners. You don't even have to use gunners if you don't want to. You can use 3 of them, and you'll be very, very effective against the neutral gangs. That's why I'm on level 14 right now. I'm trying to get through it, but because of the amount of troops that I send, I can never beat them within the 9-round limit. So that is how you take care of that. That is how you become effective in war and during war and over here in the martial arts studio. In order to be effective in all that, you have to have your troops set up effectively and to where you will do the most amount of damage to your enemy that you possibly can. So, with that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and jump on my other account and leave you guys with that. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up anytime. If you're in the family, shoot me a line online, and I will definitely get back to you as soon as possible. If you're not in the family, hit me up anyways, and I will help you out however I can. This is Black Hawk. Thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your friends. Share with the family. Just share. And I'll continue making these videos. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm out.